Hey everyone, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another vid. This one I hope is going to be, relatively quick. In this one, I'm going to talk about monetization on a teeny tiny channel like mine. I'm around somewhere between 13 and 1400 subscribers when I'm recording this. So obviously, I'm a teeny tiny fish in the big giant pond of YouTube. And of course, we've got you can monetize at 1,000 subscribers. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I monetize, what I don't monetize, why I monetize, and of course, just how much does a teeny tiny channel like mine make? How much money do I make doing this? So first of all, I'm just going to talk about how much money I made, basically over the past year, right? So I went ahead and just took a look at my analytics for 2020, and I made about 360 some odd dollars from ad revenue in 2020, right? So there's that. But overall, what actually went into my bank account was somewhere between $400 and $500 because I got a payment in January of 2020 that actually included some 2019 quote revenue as well. So what it meant to me, bottom line for my wallet, was somewhere between $400 and $500, right? So definitely not what I would call any sort of meaningful income, right? Most anywhere, that's not that much money, and it's not that much money to me. But that being said, it's not nothing, right? I would be doing this whether I made any money off of it or not. Money is definitely not my main motivation for doing this, clearly, since that's all I'm making. But it's still nice to get something for it, even if it is a very small amount, right? So now I'm going to talk about the types of videos that I choose to monetize, right? Basically, the types of videos that I choose to monetize are videos that aren't my core just BSing about music, right? So like if I do any sort of a product review, right, I'm gonna monetize that because those tend to be videos that do pretty well, and people outside of my what I would call normal subscriber base tend to watch those more than my other types of videos, right? And they actually generate usually the most ad revenue, right? It's the way I see it. A product review is kind of like a commercial anyway, so I might as well make some money off of it, especially since that's what people are likely to watch, right? And what's funny about it is if I did nothing but product reviews, I would probably have a lot more subscribers, and I would probably have a lot more revenue. But I definitely am not going to go down the rabbit hole of simply buying products to review them. That would get extremely expensive extremely quickly. Not to mention, just having that amount of stuff around would be a huge burden, not just financial, but physically having that much stuff around would just be a huge pain in the butt. And I'd have to then get rid of it, just either give it away or sell it at a mass discount. And that's just honestly too much hassle for what I want to do. And doing product reviews really aren't my favorite type of videos. I don't mind doing them. I do enjoy them to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't do them at all. But it's not my what I would choose to do all the time, right? So product reviews, yes, they get monetized. The other types of videos that I monetize are ones that I think might get viewership, again, just outside my general base of typical subscribers. Like, I just recently made a video about DACs and how they don't really matter for audio quality. I went ahead and I monetized that one, not because it was a product review, but because that type of video tends to have a very long tail on, right? Like it's still under 100 views, right? But I know that is a video that is going to get, probably in theory, fairly regular engagement for years and years and years and years to come, right? Because a lot of videos that I've made that are kind of outside of my typical just talking strictly about music tend to get engagement for a long period of time, right? So that's another type of video that I will choose to monetize. And then the last type of video I will choose to monetize is basically if I do an album review of a popular band's album, right? Like, for example, if I do an early review of a new Metallica album, I'll just throw that out there as an example, or Ozzy or whoever, I know that those will get a good amount of views for a couple of weeks, right? Maybe even a month. After that, it's going to fall off a cliff, right? But, you know, and it'll be a whole lot of people who normally don't watch me will watch those. So basically videos that I think people who aren't necessarily in the VC music community, whatever you want to call it, for those folks, those videos I think that will appeal outside of that are probably the ones that are going to get monetized. Now, as for my quote core videos where I just talk about my favorite metal albums or singers, or I respond to VC contests, or just talk about music in general like that, I'm not going to monetize those because I know that the only people that are really going to watch those are really the people I interact with all the time in the comments that are going to have any interest in this. And I do find that anyone remotely gives a crap enough about my opinion about any of that stuff to actually watch my videos and interact with me. I do find that very gratifying, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for that. You know, so that's, you know, what I do and I don't monetize, right? And of course, why do I monetize? Why do I bother with it? And, you know, what would I like to see happen with it? Well, the reason I, quote, bother with it, again, it's nice to get something, right? Even if it's not a whole ton of money, it's something, right? And it does help with, and excuse the noise, purchases like this. I bought this microphone just so my voice would sound so much smoother for you lovely, lovely people out there in YouTube land. You know, it helps with stuff like that, you know, and it's just gratifying to get a little bit something back. So, what I would like to see happen with it, I don't know. I don't know how much bigger I would want it to go, because after if you get at least $600, then it becomes a bit of a tax liability, right? Google will send you a form where you have to report your ad revenue as income, right? And you know, let's say I hit that $600 mark, right? Which is not inconceivable. So for me to break even, then at that point, I would have to make, if I made, you know, anywhere under $900, right? I would be paying more in taxes than, you know, basically my tax liability would be increased by more than what the additional revenue would bring me. So, you know, I guess really what I would like to see would be, if I am going to ever make any decent sum of money, I would hope it would be, you know, more than $1,000 a year. Although I don't know if I'll ever get that big, because my channel is growing at such a really, really small rate, which is fine. This is a hobby. This is not, I don't see this as my career or job or anything even remotely like that. It's just a hobby. And the fact that I'm, like I said, getting anything back from it at all is amazing. And, you know, I don't know if I even really ever want to go over that $600 threshold, because then I'd have to deal with putting it on my tax return, and I'm not sure that I want to do that. So anyway, that's basically it. I hope you guys got some information out of this / entertainment, whatever. Gives you a little bit of insight if you guys because I know there's a lot of people in the VC with a very similarly sized channel to mine. A lot of us are right around 1,000 subscribers. In fact, I need to shoot a video for Darcy's 1,000 subscriber. I'm sorry, Cloudy. Jesus Christ, Cloudy Milders. sorry, Andy. Wow. I apologize for that, confusing you with Darcy for a second. I need to record my response for Cloudy Milder's 1,000 subscriber contest. That looks like it's going to be fun to do. So anyway, that's basically it. I hope you guys liked this and found this informative. As always, live long and prosper. I can't even do that right today. Keep on rocking. I'll see you guys in the next one.